Good morning, you guys. It's me, Sandra Ayan, your home care provider. I slept in, which is very rare, but it's really nice out here. Um, except for my neighbor, who's already walking. I guess I'm not the only one that is up this early, right? She's like 2 months pregnant, so I guess she can't sleep. Anyways, um, I wanted to share this with you guys because I'm going to do a couple of videos, okay? Actually, quite a few on violations. Buenos días, Celia. Cuando termine lo voy a hacer en español también, okay? I wanted to talk to you guys about violations. Violation 1 is a warning. When you make a mistake on your timesheet, remember that the machine when that reads your timesheet, okay? Excuse me. If you look at your timesheet when you get it, the top portion, okay, thank you. Excuse me, the top portion of your timesheet. Good morning, Jennifer. The top portion of your timesheet says that line 6 is optional, okay? The reason it says that line 6, which is the total line, is optional is because the machine only reads what's in the boxes. So when you guys enter your numbers on your little boxes, that's what the machine reads. Majority of the 100%, and this is terrible, of the violations that are issued because of the claimed hours. The claimed hours on work week 1 are from the previous timesheet because our work week starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. I had a case that I fought with the labor board, and this is why I know. Um, when I went in, every company has a work week. Okay. It starts from this day to this day. Well, in this particular company that I worked in, my work week with them started on Monday and ended on Sunday. Okay. But if you look at your timesheets, you'll notice that it says Sunday through Saturday, work week 1, Sunday through Saturday, work week 2, Sunday through Saturday, work week 3. Okay. So when they give you a violation, 100% of the time, it's because our work week for the previous timesheet ended on, let's say, Tuesday, and you are authorized to work 20 hours per week, and this is just an example, okay? And on your claimed hours, you have 12 hours that you worked Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, which leaves Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 days left of the work week that you have to deduct the claimed hours from the 20 that you're allowed per week, which means that for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you're only allowed to claim 8 hours. Why? Because 8 plus 12 is the 20 allowed. So when they give you a violation, majority of the time it's in work week 1. Sometimes people get violations in work week 2 and sometimes in work week 3 because they went way over. Another thing that I want to tell you about the violation, which is a warning. A lot of the social workers tell you, well, don't worry about it. It's just a violation. No, this violation is going to stay with you for a whole year, from the day that you committed the violation. And they only drop one violation per year, which means that violation will drop until if you got your violation in December, okay, it will not drop that violation until December is over. Okay, thank you. We got Killer over here. She could barely bark. So even though it is only a warning, it is important that you guys fight it. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I had this like super down. Be quiet. Oh, Lord. I didn't want to do that. Can you guys hear me okay? So Even though violation one, okay, beautiful. Even though I'll turn off the notifications, it's too early. Even though violation one is only a warning, it's still a warning and it still stays on you. I'm going to do a few more videos because we have violation two, violation three, and violation four. Okay, and those have different repercussions to it. Now, at the very bottom of when you get your violation in the mail, it says that you have 14 days. I believe it's 14 days to appeal it. Okay, there's three criteria that they're looking for. Three reasons why they will rescind, is what they call it, your violation. One of the criterias, and I don't remember the orders, but I do remember them because I have fought many violations and I've won them because I know what they're looking for. One of the criterias is to have a backup plan. You need a backup provider. From the evaluation that I just went through last week with my Jeannie, I asked the social worker, I said, well, I thought that the backup provider is supposed to be a provider that is enrolled in the program. She said, not necessarily. This is a person that is a volunteer that says, you know what, Sandra, you went over your hours. You can't do any more hours, but Martha is going to come in and cover for you as a volunteer. Martha's not going to get paid. So anyone can be a backup provider, which is one of the criterias. And you have to fill out the paperwork. There's only one sheet that says, I, Sandra Ayon, have found a provider for Jeannie, and she is going to be my backup provider. That's one criteria. That's easy. The second one, another criteria is safety, is the keyword, safety. What are the reasons that you felt that you had to work over your hours and they want to know if it was for safety reasons, for example, and I've given this example to many, many people. Sometimes we're afraid. I've had recipients where I ask them questions. Well, what happened first of all, I look at the timesheet and then I say, well, what happened? Let me see your timesheets because I want to see where they gave you the violation so we can pinpoint when the violation was given. Sometimes it's a mistake that the machine made and read, in my case, I put a number 2 on one of the boxes and it read a 1. Okay, and I had to call them back and say, I need you to send me a supplemental timesheet for my hour that you guys didn't pay me. So I found a way around that and I was able to claim my hour on the next timesheet because I know how to do this. But in another instance, there was another timesheet that was missing 39 minutes. And then it gets even more pettier. And it's not about petty, it's about the principle. In another timesheet, they owed me 6 minutes. And I knew exactly where the machine read wrong. And I don't care if it's 1 minute, it is my time that I worked and I want my money. And I know how it's done. So I was able to pinpoint where the computer did not read my timesheet properly because it's a computer and computers make mistakes. And I was able to get those supplemental timesheets in and I was able to send them out. But one is the computer makes a mistake. 2, I want to see where it is that you went over so that we can ask questions like, well, what happened during that week? Once we pinpoint where the violation was given, what happened during that week? Did you take your patient to the doctor? Did your patient not feel well? Were you afraid of your patient for safety reasons falling down, being dizzy? Was he on a new medication? What caused you to go over the hours for you to stay and get that violation? So the other criteria is safety, for safety reasons. The county, first it's the county. With the first violation, it's the county. They look at it, social workers, the FLSA department, which are the ones that give the violations. They look at it and they say, okay, sounds good. You know what? Sandra had a valid reason. Let's rescind this violation. So then I'll get a letter in the mail that says your violation has been rescinded based on the fact that you had to stay over because you were afraid that your maybe not in those specific words because I've never gotten one, but from the ones I've seen is they consider that safety issue important. The third criteria is for an now here's the keyword, unanticipated need. Okay. Examples of an unanticipated need, and this is probably going to sound extremely disgusting, but we are doing things that not everybody does. Being a home care provider is not just cleaning and cooking and that's it. A lot of these patients come with a lot of problems, okay? And we have to, if we choose to, we go ahead and we take care of them. But if we choose not to, then we don't do it. But once again, I love my job and my major's nursing, and I've been there, done that, worked in convalescent homes, did my clinicals when I was in college. Nothing strikes me odd. It is a little bit overwhelming when you are found in a situation where it's their private parts where sometimes you're a little uncomfortable. But the bottom line is my major's nursing and I have to chuck it up and do what I have to do. And I've been in those positions as a home care provider where I have to choose and I have to do what I don't want to do. And one of the major reasons that I do it is because what if I was in their shoes? What if I was them and I had someone like me taking care of me? How would I want that person to take care of me? And that's one of the reasons why I always do the best that I can in everything that I can. And I come out. I come out okay, a little scarred. Don't get me wrong, because right now I don't want to let anybody come into my home based on the stuff that's happened in the past. And I'm okay. I'm safe here in my safe zone. But the third criteria is for an unanticipated need. So this is going to sound disgusting as I started. Let's just say that your patient went to the doctor and they had new medication. You went home, you took them home after the doctor, and let's say, Mr. Roberts, okay, Mr. Roberts, I'm ready to leave. I've done everything I have to do. I've given him his medication. Well, I didn't realize that the doctor gave him, or that the doctor gave him a laxative, okay? Because he went in for constipation. So I'm ready to leave, and guess what? Here we go. Mr. Roberts has a problem. Am I supposed to just walk out the door and say, okay, I'll see you tomorrow, and leave him like that? No. And now I have to stay even longer, and I have to make sure that he's okay. That is an unanticipated need. And that is one of the things that the county looks at on your first violation warning. Well, you know what? Sandra had to stay with Mr. Roberts because she can't leave him there for his own health, safety reasons. You know, she can't leave him like that. So I wanted to share those with you. There's different kinds. When you get a violation, whether it's the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, make sure that you analyze where the machine gave you a mistake, whether it was on, maybe the mistake was caused by the machine. Maybe you did go over the hours because you had an anticipated need. Buenos días. Maybe it was a safety issue. Okay, killer. La mata. Hey. Okay. Be quiet. Maybe it's there's different reasons. Everyone is different and they have different reasons. Okay, Mama, thank you. They have different reasons for Everyone's an individual. So I'm trying to think because there's one more. We give you guys for I want to say it's 14 days. Okay. Okay, stop. 14 days to take this paperwork in. How do you prove that you had this? The more now you can write. There's two different things. One of them is they have questions for people that have one consumer. One consumer is also a recipient. Okay, consumer recipient is the same thing. So they'll tell you to answer questions 1 through, I guess, 6. Okay, so if you have, okay, mama, if you have, stop it. If you have 6, if you have one recipient, it'll tell you answer questions 1 through 6. If you have 2 recipients, answer questions 7 through 13. I haven't looked at the violations. I have them here because it was important, and I wanted to make sure that I had all the paperwork that I needed so that I could read it over and over again, because I had to analyze these violations and I had to think, how can we beat them, because things happen. So it is extremely time sensitive. Okay, when you get a violation, take it to the office where you can mail it in. It's going to come in an envelope with a red envelope inside of it, which is pretty scary. And it goes, like I said, to the FLSA department. When you get your paperwork, fill it out, analyze your timesheet where they're giving you the mistake, tell you what month they gave you. See if you have a reasonable, if you feel that there is a reasonable, I remember what I was going to say. Reasonable reason for staying over the hours. Okay. I know the questions are repetitive. Just keep writing them, because they want to see what it is that caused you to stay over. Oh my God, I forgot again. God, I gotta think. Make copies of that violation. Okay. Go to the office where your recipient / consumer is coming out of. So if it's coming out of if his case is coming out of Hawthorne, go to Hawthorne. If his case is coming out of Rancho, go to Rancho. If his case is coming out of, and I'm talking about the IHSS offices where they went to go apply. Majority of the time, it's where they live. They're signed to a certain office. If it's in El Monte, if it's in Metro, if it's in San Bernardino, if it's in Pomona, go to the office that your recipient came out of. Okay, out in San Diego. I mean, find out where the social worker is, and it'll tell you on the envelope. Make copies of that violation. Keep copies for your records. Turn in the copy into that office. Ask the young lady at the front window kindly and nicely for your records. Can you please stamp the violation that I'm turning in to the FLSA department that says you received it today, and if possibly, can you initial? And also, I made a copy of my own for my own records. Can you stamp and sign a copy? Be prepared with these copies, okay? Because this is your proof. You turn them in, and then you wait. And that's what you do. There's one thing, and it keeps going in my mind, that I'm trying to think. Buenos dias. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think. If you guys have any questions, right now would be the time. Ask me questions so that I can answer them for you. They're time sensitive. You have 3 criteria. First, violation is a warning. Does not matter. It stays on your record. It comes off every year. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think. It's okay. It's going to come to me later. Good morning. I can't think. I'm sorry. Probably need another cup of coffee. It's a beautiful day out here. It's kind of gloomy though. Tell me, ask me questions. There's 6 people out there watching me right now. Talk to me. Ask me something. I'll answer it for you. In the meantime, it'll probably come back to me because I know there's one more thing I have to say. I just can't remember. Um, hmm. Get copies of your violation. 10 days. They'll send you a letter. They'll tell you if it's been rescinded or it's the grounds that they give you the violation stands. That's bad. All right. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I'm sorry. I got quite a bit of stuff on my head. Forgive me. Um, like I said, this is just the first warning. Okay. I can give you examples. I wanted to post this because I had a gentleman that is on his second violation and he's scared. So he wants me to help him learn how to do his timesheets till the end of this year, which is awesome. I'll help him. Let's see. So Wendy's asking, good morning, Wendy. Are all the violations only last 1 year? Yes, they do. They do. They last 1 year. Every year, once you get your violation, it rolls over. As soon as, if you get one in January, then it's 12 months. They'll count January, and then it falls off in February. That's on all the violations. That's why this gentleman, when I talked to him, I said, you know what? I'm so sorry. You have a choice. You have a choice. Do you want to hire my services so that I can teach you how to do this? Or would you rather lose X amount of money, which was a large amount of money, because you don't want me to help you? I know what I'm doing. I haven't made a mistake in over 3 years, and I've never made a mistake, thank God. But it's a choice that you guys have, and I told him I'm not going to shove myself down your throat. You can choose and do whatever you want to do because it's your choice. Oh, that's a really good question, Linda. Thank you so much for asking. Linda asked, she said good morning, which is great because I like to be greeted. Is your check held up when you get a violation? So when you get your violation, now I'm talking about violation 1, okay? I'm going to skip to violation 3 because violation 3 is the one that it suspends you for 90 days. Okay, so on violation 1 and violation 2, your checks are not withheld. But when it comes to violation 3, you're going to get a letter in the mail that says, as of this day, you are suspended for 90 days. And that will be your last check. You will not get another check until you work again. So yes, on violation 3 is when your checks are withheld because you're suspended. One thing, okay, good. I just had like a little thing come up in my head because I went through this one. A young lady made a mistake. So once you're suspended for 90 days, she sent in her last time sheet, and guess what? She got another violation, which is now the 4th violation, which suspends you for 365 days. That's what it says on the paperwork. They can't give you another violation when one violation is already in place. So at this point, because violations were new when this was happening, the lawyers had to come in and they were trying to defend her, but regardless, she's already on her 3rd violation, so she was suspended. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what happened with her because I don't know what the outcome was because I was not the one helping her. But like I said, these violations are very simple. They are on a time. I believe violation 2 and 3 are on respond within 10 days of the notice date, which is on the top right corner. They'll tell you when they send it out, where it has the case number and it has the, okay, great. Now I remember. It has a case number, the date, and when they sent it out. So as of that date is when 30 days, they'll tell you 30 days from this date is the date that you cannot work. Okay, when you have, this is what I was trying to remember. Yay. um, when you have when you have one consumer, one recipient, it's obvious that that's who you're getting the violation for, right? Well, but what about when you have two or three or four? You don't know who you're getting the violation for. So what you have to do, it'll say the name of one of your recipients, but not necessarily because it says the name of that recipient does it mean that that's who you got the violation for. So what you still have to go back and do. See, remember the machine accepts. I send out every month. Now I'm down to 6 because I got rid of one of my recipients for share of cost reasons that she didn't want to work with, and not because I wanted her to pay me, but basically because she was scared of her Medi-Cal premium going up, her insurance premium going up, which I told her I don't care. You know, I'm here to work. But I send out 6 timesheets a month, okay? Now it's going to be 6. I used to send out 12. That's a lot because I had 6 recipients. Even though I did not, and you don't know who the violation is for, you still have to go back to your paperwork, because when you send out one timesheet, the machine accepts it and it adds up the hours. You send out another timesheet, the machine accepts it and adds up the hours. You send out the third timesheet, in my case, and it adds up the hours. So if I made a mistake on violation 2, actually, let me take that back because I've never made a mistake. If the provider has 3 recipients, send out their first timesheet, and it was fine because it's the first timesheet, but they sent out their second timesheet, and it was fine. But when they sent out their third timesheet and the machine accepted it, that's where the violation came through, because she went over the hours. Then that's when they send the letters that saying that you made a mistake, and they send it out to every single recipient that the provider has. And it's up to you to go back to your records, read, and see where you went over your hours. So it doesn't pinpoint it and say they probably, let's say you have John, Maria, and Carmen. Okay, you sent in John's timesheet, it was fine. You sent Maria's timesheet, it was fine. But you sent Carmen's timesheet in, and that's the one that had the violation because you went over the hours. They will send John, Maria, and Carmen, all 3 of them, a violation notice. And they're going to get scared because they don't understand what it is. So you have to explain it to them and tell them what happened. Once you as a provider pinpoints where the violation was issued, you let them know. You let them know it was not with you. It was not with John or Maria. It was with Carmen. So I have to go back and look. Now, sometimes, here's another example. If you sent in John's timesheet and it was fine, and then you sent Maria's timesheet, and Maria's timesheet is the one that caused you to go over your hours allowed per week, then the machine will automatically send out your violation. It will not pay you for the hours that you went over, okay? And then they get Carmen's timesheet. They're going to pay you for the hours you're allowed, but will not pay you for the hours for Carmen also. But like I said, it's up to you to go back and check and make sure. Excuse me. To find out where it is that you made that mistake. And that's pretty much it. Please be very careful. Violation 1 is it's still important because we only get 4. I'll do a couple of more videos on, I don't know who this is, so I'll call them back. Still sleeping. or at least trying to wake up, right? So, hang on a second. This thing cut me. Let me know if there's anything that I can help you guys with. Please watch this video all over again. I think I've covered the grounds for violations in general, but I'm going to do a few more videos. Let me see how I feel. A few more videos. What, precious? A few more videos. Like, look, she sits there and she stands at me and she looks at me. Can you guys see her? What, mamacita? What? Ben? Ben, chiquitita, man? I don't think she's coming. Gotta do this every morning, you guys. But it's awesome. It's nice out here. Comment, like, subscribe, text me, call me, let me know what's going on. I'll do a couple of more videos for the rest of the violations, so you guys have that information. Share this with someone that that needs it. Don't be scared. If you're like that gentleman that is at 2 violations and needs my help, think about learning. Think about investing in me so that I can help you and teach you. It gets better, okay? It's either that or lose your job, which I've seen people lose their job, and that's not cool. Because everybody needs to pay. Everybody needs to pay, and I don't care. So, I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee and enjoy the rest of the day. God bless you guys. Take care. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching.